Hey, welcome back to Star Technology, where in the last video, we got AE2 processing set up. And I would show that off, but I've been doing quite a lot more than that, and I'm a bit afraid to show the extent of the work that I've done. You can see a little bit there, I've got some dense cables, and I may as well just show it off. I've got a lot of stuff going on around here. I figured out how to automate the blast furnaces in a little bit of a weird way, but it works. And over here, I've got every single machine that I've got. Yeah, pretty much every machine has a pattern provider on it. The alloy smelters don't, because I've got the multi-smelter for that. And I probably should actually get it going for the forming press and the laser engraver. But all I wanted to do between videos was automate everything that I needed to expand the ME system and to get circuits. That just required all of these patterns. So, a lot of work. I've also gotten so much more crafting storage because it is so necessary. I can't have gone with just that one small little cube. And now I can actually have multiple running in parallel. I checked the comments and you guys were telling me about the extended pattern provider, which is incredibly strong. This is going to save me so much space. And I couldn't think of a great way to do fluid storage, so I've just got an ME drive with a bunch of 1K cells. Because I don't need too much fluid. And also my hundreds of buckets I have now just put through into the system. Yeah, so that took about a day and a half. And also in the comments, you've been telling me to enable channel mode infinite, just so I don't have to deal with channels. And yeah, having to not worry about channels would be incredibly useful. It'd mean that I don't need all of these dense cables. I can just have the Fluix ones everywhere. But I think disabling channels kind of removes a lot of the difficulty of AE2 and part of the balancing factor. But I have still made it easier on myself. I've multiplied it by 4. So these normally have 32 channels, now they've got 128. So I don't have to worry that much. Although I did build all of this infrastructure with default channels in mind. That's why I have so many of these instead of just having the one that splits. Anyway, that's been my hell for the past couple days, just making all of this. And I don't know why some of you wanted to see this. It is incredibly boring. Like, do you really want to see me just go into here and go like, okay, I want a whatever circuit. I'll get that recipe and code it into a pattern, and then, oh, what are the other things that I need? I need a resistor. Let's find a recipe for that. I'll encode that into a thing. And just go through all of these, along with any debugging along the way, because this is actually really annoying. And I've got 2 problems combined that make it so much harder for me to work with fluids. So you might see, on all of these circuits, it says 1 millibucket worth of liquid tin to make all of the circuits, which is not correct, I need 144, but the JEI automatically filled it in with liquid tin, and you might think, oh, that's fine, you just modify the amount and set it to what you want. Well, no, because I have no idea why my middle click doesn't work. I've tried different mice, I've tried finding it to rebind it, I've tried every different solution to try and reset what this is, and I just cannot middle click. It also doesn't work for triggering the crafting recipes, so yeah, I've just had to completely change all of the infrastructure around it. That's why I have this jank going on. Anyway, enough about this. What I wanted to get into for this video was continuing Greg Tech stuff, because it's been mostly AE2 related for a long time. And just in the process of unlocking AE2, I have completed pretty much every MV quest. There's 2 other multi-blocks for me to get, and I haven't checked what this gets me. Whoa, that's big. Ah! This can grow wood for me! That's actually really nice. I might want to do that then. And multi-block is pretty chunky, but it's not out of range. I'll keep that in mind if I need a bunch of wood anytime soon. And the pyrolyze oven, it's just a big electric coke oven. And it could be useful just in terms of getting creosote to turn into lubricant, so that I can run a lot of the machines quicker instead of using distilled water. But right now, speed isn't much of a priority, and there really aren't other things that I'd use a coke oven for. So again, I'll keep it in mind if I ever need to, but I think I can leave this behind for now. And then these two liquids, I'll just come back to that if they show up. Either way, I think I can get on with HV. I've done a good amount of stuff in here, and if I've got HV circuits fully automated right now, that solves a lot of my problems. And I'm not entirely sure what I want to work towards next. And getting HV power, and maybe even an advanced assembler, is pretty useful. I think the big thing I'm looking at right now is these SMDs, because these are just a much cheaper way of making circuits. Maybe I get an advanced circuit assembler too? Because right now, until I start making some of the other circuits, the only purpose it serves is just being quicker, because it's MV. I think I'm going to work towards an advanced assembler. That seems like the next significant thing for me, and I could probably get that in this video. So it looks like I'm going to need aluminum and stainless steel, both in reasonably large quantities. What do I need for aluminum? Glowstone, tin, and silver. That's not so bad. I've got glowstone, I've got tin. I don't think I've got any silver though. I'll just get some more real quick. I don't need too much just yet. Okay, how much aluminum will that make? I think about a stack and a half maybe? I'll just set that going and I'll come back to it later. The other thing I needed was stainless steel. How do I get this? A lot of stuff. I need iron, Invar, manganese, and chromium. I'm not sure what's easier between Invar and nickel, but manganese and chromium are the bottlenecks here. So how do I get manganese? I think pyrolusite? Yes. And I'll only make as much of that as I can get of chromium. And I've got a decent amount spare from the Canthal, so I can get some of that going right now. And I may as well just process some of the pyrolusite myself. And I can overproduce it. I'm probably going to need more in future anyway. Was there anything else I needed for the energy converter? An HV machine hull? Stainless steel? Polyethylene. I have liquid polyethylene. Just fluid solidifier. Don't I have a quest for a basic one? Yes. So I may as well make that one. And it's about time I got this because it's really useful. But all I really need is an LV machine hull, and then I'll order 2 LV circuits. Ah, missing an IC chip. Maybe I should have automated this stuff. Right, well I've got the IC chip now, so I'll just make those 2 circuits, and then I can make that fluid solidifier. Right, so I can make the polyethylene sheets now, but that's taken long enough that I can probably make the aluminum and stainless steel. Actually, aluminum is done, and I'll just see how much stainless steel I can make. I've only got 20 chromium, so I need 20 manganese, 20 nickel, and then I need 120 iron. I'll stick all that in the mixer. Alright, in the meantime, I can get the aluminum going. Although I want to try something, because while I've got these pattern providers here, I can't access the input bus to use it manually. So I wonder, I could do it that way, and then I'd still get access here, but then I can't do it with fluids. There's probably a way I can simplify this down to just having the one pattern provider actually. Although for the immediate future, I don't think I'll need the automation for a bit. So I'll just temporarily remove these. I guess just leave them nearby. Okay, so get the aluminum going. Oh, okay. I came back to check on the stainless steel and it's broken. Yeah, it just made me a bunch of Invar. Okay, now it's on the right program circuit, so it should just work properly. Well, in the meantime, I can go back to getting these polyethylene sheets, and I'm gonna need casting molds. So I need an empty mold. That's pretty simple. I do only get one at a time, though. That's fine. And I think, for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna get this automated too. I don't know if there's a way that I could get multiple slots to have multiple molds, but I think just getting liquid polyethylene plates is good enough for now. So I will just set this recipe going, stick it in the fluid solidifier, and then I'll just craft up like 10 And I don't really trust the sulfuric acid recipe that much, but this should still work. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some pipes to actually hook it up. Ooh, I really hope this pipe doesn't take the mold out, actually. Good, it doesn't. So with the polyethylene sheets on the way, the aluminum and stainless steel on the way, what else do I need? I guess I've got a bunch of these components to make too. And I'm gonna need 2 more HV circuits. So we'll get those going. Those tend to take a while. Actually, I'm gonna need a 3rd one too. And I need gold cables too. These are only made on the assembler. I'm probably better off making a recipe for this. And if I can just queue up HV machine hulls, that'll just be useful. I already have a recipe for gold wire. Do I have a recipe for liquid rubber? I don't think I do, but it doesn't seem that hard. Hang on a minute. These recipes seem stuck. I knew I didn't trust the sulfuric acid. It's just filled the slots. I'm doing too much at once. Let me see if I can salvage this. Maybe? Oh, right. It needs to change circuits. I might need a separate chemical reactor just for that. Okay, now it's making it. Yeah, that's sort of debugging that I was doing for a day and a half. Yeah, and it's working fine now. And the other 2 are stopped up on annealed copper ingots. Ah, this problem again. I guess I can show off the problem then. So the JEI defaults to putting in 1 millibucket of oxygen gas. And I can manually put in 1 bucket's worth, but I don't think it takes 1 bucket's worth. It takes 63 millibuckets. There isn't a good common multiple with ingots and oxygen, so then I can do the same trade-off with the circuit assembler and just say that this is dedicated to being the oxygen arc furnace, which I think is the solution I'm going to have to go for. And that'll let me do glass as well. There we go. If someone could tell me how to fix this problem, without referring to middle click that I've already explained is broken, that would be very much appreciated, because that is ruining so much stuff right now. Right, well the polyethylene sheets are done, and I'm basically just waiting on silicon for the other recipes. But the blast furnaces are taken. Yeah, these recipes still aren't entirely debugged. I have never seen this error before. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to change the recipes. I'm already doing liquid tin more or less manually, so I may as well remove it from the recipes because it's just causing problems. Okay, now it's working. I've just set one of the blast furnaces to have the automatic silicon in it. It still doesn't seem to want to go through. I don't know why. Or maybe it already did? I guess it did, because I've got all the transistors. Yeah, this auto-crafting is definitely an upgrade over before, but I still need to babysit it pretty strongly. Okay, well I've got all of those HV circuits now, so I just need 2 HV machine hulls and Lumion wires, and I'm done. I need to wait for the stainless steel to go through as well, and I'm going to need a lot of it. Okay, good, it's still an LV bender recipe. I don't have an advanced bender yet. Well, I'm going to be waiting on the blast furnaces for a while, so I'm going to make these components that I need for the assembler. I need 2 robot arms and 2 conveyor modules. The conveyor modules are both super simple. I'm going to need some 2x silver cables too. So again, I'm probably best to make a recipe for that. Because anytime I'm dealing with liquids in those machines, it's just easier to let the ME system do it. What else do I need for these motors? Stainless steel rods, magnetic steel rods, electrum wire. Electrum wire, I can do that right now. How many motors do I need? 10? So that's 80 individual wires, because I need 40 double wires. Yeah. So then I need 10 magnetic steel rods, and 20 of the double silver cables. And for the robot arm, oh, I need more HV circuits, but it's mostly just a bunch of stainless steel. And gold cables. I'll just get... I can't do 100. I can do 90. I'm starting to find some of the cracks in my automation system because I don't have anything for glue or gallium arsenide to make the 2 more circuits I need. For now, I'm just going to do it manually and ignore the problem until later. Right, so that's 2 more advanced circuits on the way. I'm going to have to babysit it for a bit longer too. Actually, I'm just waiting on the wire mill for like an hour. So back to making these components. How much stainless steel do I have? 18 has gone through so far. Also, I need to make sure to collect some of these items so I can actually get the quests. So, how much of the stainless steel do I need to use? I'm gonna need a lot of rods. I need 20 rods just for the motors, another 4 for the robot arms, and another 8 for the pistons. I could probably use the extruder at this point, but I'm fine to spend 1 extra stainless steel on a gear. So that's 16 stainless steel going in the lathe. That is a lot of rods. And then I'm going to need another 8 plates. Is the bender in use right now? Nope. So I don't think... No, the silver cables haven't gone through yet, so I can't quite make the motors. All I can make then is just the 2 stainless steel gears. Because yeah, everything else I'm waiting on the motors. I can make the machine hulls. I need 18 more plates. So, just waiting on a few more ingots, and then all of them go through the bender, and then I can steadily make the machine casings, and then the 2 machine hulls. Now that's another quest. And in that time, the cables are done, so I can make the 10 electric motors, the 2 conveyor modules, the 2 pistons, and the 2 robot arms. And that is enough to make the assembler. And I should have enough aluminum too to make the energy converter. And aluminum is presumably the cable for HV. So I think the plan for HV on this platform was to just go through the middle. And I'm going to have some janky cabling for a bit. But that is it. Now we have HV power. And this looks really dumb right now. But I'm going to start adding some more HV machines on the side. And actually, I could probably just move all of these assembler recipes onto this one now too. Because this will just be directly faster. I'll worry about that some other time. It's fine for now. So now, I can get a diamond mesh as well? I just need... Well, I'm going to have to go down the line making all of the meshes. But I need 16 diamond dust. How do I get diamond dust? Just macerating diamonds? Okay, I have a lot of diamonds. Not enough to get all the meshes that I want. So I'm just going to get a ton of that sieving while I go down the line for all of the meshes. So I'm just going to need 9 string meshes. Put them in with enough flint to make 9 flint meshes. Put that through with 16 wrought iron foil each for the iron meshes. And I've nearly got enough diamonds in that time. Just need another 2. There we go. 144 diamonds. Put them through the macerator. In the meantime, I'll set up the sieving spot. But now I've got enough diamonds that I can put them through with the iron mesh to make a diamond mesh. So what does this net me now? A few more things from Blackstone. Bauxite, finally. That's good aluminium. And nothing else from sand and dust. But I think... No, that isn't all of the meshes. Yeah, there's still emerald and netherite. But emerald isn't until EV, and netherite isn't until IV. And they don't net too much more. I'll still get them when I get there. Actually, when is the large sieve? EV. And it takes IV power, but by then I'll have the ports to overclock it. The large sieve is pretty definitively the best sieve that you can use. But I'm still getting started in HV. I don't need to be worrying about that yet. But I guess the large sieve is one of my next goals. Ooh, I can get a flux sieve now. I wonder if these would be any better. I don't know how much quicker they'd be. I could try some of them. An aluminium frame, that's easy. Stainless steel plates, also easy. Item filter, also easy. Yeah, I can make this now. Yeah, aluminium frame, item filter, chuck it in the assembler. And there, flux sieve. That was 2 different quests. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the sieves. I'll just place it down. And that's what these upgrades are for. So then could this potentially be a quicker way to sieve items? Maybe. I think I'll stick with the deployer method for now, but I'm not too terribly far off a large sieve. It's still pretty close to the end of EV. I don't know. I still don't really know how to solve sieving, because I like this setup, but it's not the most automatable, if that's a word. I mean, I could do what I've done with, like, the distilled water over here, where I just get it to ask for 100 buckets and then stop pulling. Or maybe I could whip out the requester and get that to do stuff for me, but then I have to make crafting recipes for it. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out a way to fully automate the sieves for a while without just having them constantly going. Because I still have technically limited storage space. So I don't want it to just fill up really quickly. I don't know. This isn't a problem that I should be talking about in a video. This is the sort of thing that I discuss within the comments and then I just figure it out between videos. Anyway, I think I've still got a little bit of time left in this video. What could I fit in this time? I don't want to touch the circuit assembly stuff for a bit. That could likely be a whole video in itself. Same with all the SMDs, I'll get them around the same time I start going into this. I can fix all of my circuit automation stuff. I kind of want to check out this nano muscle armor. I'll need a compressor, but it doesn't seem too bad. HV autoclave. What do I need for that? Not much, really. I'm not out of my depth to make that. And I probably should anyway, because it'll speed up getting Certus quartz. Because that was an annoying recipe, doing a lot of this automation stuff. You know, at some point, maybe between videos, maybe in the next video or something like that, I'm just going to take all of my frequently used machines and upgrade them to HV for speed. Because this recording has kind of proved to myself that I need that speed now, because I've been spending so long waiting on the bender, or the wire mill, or not so much the lathe. So a lot of those that I use all the time, I'm going to upgrade them to HV. But some of the others, I can keep them on MV or LV, they're fine. I'm not sure if there's anything else HV that I can cram in at the end of this video, but is there some random cleanup stuff that I can do? I could get an igneous extruder. That is super easy right now. And probably quite useful too. Yeah, there we go. Super easy to get that going. So if I need a large quantity of blackstone, I've got it. Tempered glass. Just stick some glass in my arc furnace and it'll be done. That should do it. There we go. And then hardened glass, fluid solidifier with lava. I can probably just steal that lava. It's not doing anything right now. There we go. That'll make 4 tempered glass. Or not tempered, hardened glass. And I'll grab one of them for the quest. And I could probably also make the LV upgrade kit pretty easily. I'm not sure what I'll do with it though. I'm not using any thermal things. Yeah, I'm not finding much else quick and easy cleanup that is also kind of useful. So I think I'll just call it here. We still did a decent amount of stuff. We got an advanced assembler. That's going to unlock a lot of stuff to do here. We got a diamond mesh. I'm not sure if that gives us access to anything that we didn't already have before. Looking back, I think a lot of the video was just me babysitting my automation, trying to fix any bugs that slipped through the cracks. But yeah, we basically just properly started HV in this video. And if I could probably rush through this in 2 videos and get onto EV. EV's gonna be a lot of work though. I don't need to be worrying about EV yet. I'm still pretty firmly in HV. But I think, yeah, that is definitely enough for this video. We've pretty firmly started HV. I guess that's all I needed to say. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Bye.